Namaste yogis, welcome to your practice. This is Steven from YogaWorks, and in this half an hour practice what we're going to do together is to try and get some access to the upper back. Of course the shoulders are part of it. In fact the chest, you could say, is also part of it, because it's just the other side of the same coin. If you work on the upper back, then we'll better hit from all the sides, so that's what we're going to do. And for me at least, this is part of almost daily maintenance. This is one of the main areas where, when things get a little bit challenging and stressful, where I tend to develop some tension. It might be the same for you, and I notice it in a lot of students, so that's why I wanted to share this brief practice. What we're going to do to start with is a couple of rotations in the upper spine, and it's really simple. You could just hold opposite shoulders with your hands like this, and then try to keep the lower body and the lower back quite stable. We're going to move the mid and upper part of the spine, then roll the shoulders forward around your back a little bit. These are quite small and subtle movements, and then turn to the right, just a little twist while you're still bending forward, and do a little side bend. Drop the right shoulder, then roll the shoulders back, lift the heart until you end up on the other side with the left shoulder down, and then turn your shoulders to the left, so it's a twist again, and then round your spine to come forward, back to center. Let's do another round with twisting right. Lower the right shoulder, lift the left, so that's a side bend, and then through the back bend, lift the chest all the way over to the other side, left shoulder down, twist to the left, and then round your back to come back to center. Good. Swap the arms so the other arm goes on top. We'll do the other direction. Round the upper part of the spine, so the mid upper back. Twist a little bit left to start with, and then lower the left shoulder, so you're going to side bend, lift the right shoulder. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart as you do that until you end up on the other side. Right shoulders down. Turn to the right, so add a twist, and then round your spine to come forward, straight into the second round here. Twist left. Lower the left shoulder, side bend. Roll the shoulders back, back bend. Side bend to the other side. Twist to the right, and then round to come forward. Nice. Roll the shoulders back a couple of times, and then come into cactus arms. Open the fingers wide and press the elbows a little bit back. Nice. Just let the shoulders, the front of the shoulders and the chest be nice and open. Then in cactus arms, get a sense of squeezing the shoulder blades together down the back. Try not to lift the shoulders up, so keep them down as much as you can, and spread your fingers wide. Just feel this nice openness, and then close the forearms in front of you and squeeze the elbows, the wrists a little bit together. Nice. You'll feel the chest activate and the back, the upper back open. And then again, open the arms, cactus arms, press your elbows back behind you, and then close the arms in the front, squeeze them together. Inhale, open the arms, cactus, move the elbows back behind you, and then this time bring right elbow under the left elbow. See if you can bring the hands closer together for eagle arms. Once you've got this, lift the elbows a bit and press the forearms a little bit away from your face. As you could just hang out here, it's not going to do a lot, but if you start to press the forearms into each other, almost like the arms are trying to get away out of the bind, then you'll start to feel it go straight into the upper back. Soften the shoulders down, but lift the elbows up. Nice. I will add a little side bend, not side bend, but a little neck stretch. So let the hands come over to the left. It's a very small movement. And then keep the shoulders relaxed, let the head relax to the right. Couple of breaths here. You should feel some nice space in the left side of your neck. Good. Then open cactus arms one more time. Broaden the chest and the front of the shoulders. Good. And then left elbow under the right. Eagle arms on the second side. Garudasana. Lift the elbows a bit, move the hands slightly away from the forehead, and then do a little bit of work here. Press the elbows, the forearms, the wrists into each other. See if you can feel that stretch between the shoulder blades, right in the upper back. And then we'll add that neck stretch. Drop the hands a little bit to the right, or lean them rather, it's not really dropping. And then lean the left ear towards your left shoulder, so the right side of the neck is a bit longer. Relax the shoulders down, take a couple of breaths. Good, slowly release. Roll the shoulders back a couple of times. Nice. We'll continue with our warm-up. Come onto hands and knees. Get a good alignment on all fours, so your shoulders are over the wrists and your hips are over the knees. Now push the floor down a little bit with your hands and start to round your back. So we're doing cat pose. Lift the belly and lift the chest up, so you're hollowing the front body. And then tuck the tailbone a bit under, so you're even trying to round the lower back. And then tuck chin to chest, so the complete spine is in flexion. And just try to get an even curve, or at least a feeling of an even curve throughout the whole back body. Round, round, round your spine as much as you can. Now we can add one more thing, is when you push the hands down and you lengthen, or you create the action of sliding them forward. This is going to activate the pose a little bit more, so you can round perhaps even more. Chin to chest, tuck the tailbone, lift the belly, one more breath, and then slowly release back to neutral. Good, take the left arm, thread it under the right armpit. So it's a classic stretch or twist in your puppy pose, but we'll modify it slightly with the right hand. You can press down onto that left hand, and you can even interlace the fingers and pull the left arm, the bottom arm, a little bit longer without actually moving it. Now this action will get into the upper back quite nicely. It's good to twist to unwind tension, and the upper spine is supposed to be twisting quite a bit. It has that capability, but as we carry tension there, sometimes that is a little bit lessened. Take a couple of deeper breaths. Lengthen the left arm away from you with the right hand, and then slowly release, press back up onto the hands. Now I'm going to turn around so you see better. Right hand threaded under, so the outer right shoulder is down. With the left hand you can press down on top of the right, or my preference is to actually interlace the fingers. And then with the left hand I'm actually pulling the right arm a little bit longer, so away from the shoulder. Nice. This creates some nice twist and a bit of tension in the upper back, which is sometimes hard to access with some regular poses. With the right arm I'm also gently pressing down on the mat. So take another breath or so in this setup, and then slowly release, press back up onto the hands. Good. We'll do puppy pose. Reach the arms far forward away from you. Then with the knees, keep the knees under the hips. So it's quite a long pose, especially in the upper body. And then soften the head down, the chest down towards the mat. With the arms, don't soften the arms, otherwise you'll lose some of the activation in the pose. So you can actually press down with the hands and lift the forearms a bit away from the mat. And add a couple of little elements which are going to allow you to get more into upper back. Can you rotate the upper arms externally, which means the triceps down, the biceps roll up towards the ears. And then can you lengthen the arms a little bit further out of their sockets, which is the same as actually lifting the shoulders towards the ears, that kind of action. So lift, 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 lift. And then with the hands, keep a light downward pressure just to activate the pose. Good. Now lower the elbows down, bring the palms of the hands together. The rest, nothing has changed, and then move the forehead down or towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch. And with the elbows start to bend, bring the thumbs behind the neck somewhere, wherever you can reach. Nice. Again, we can just hang out, nothing much is going to happen. But if you start to activate a couple of specific areas, we're going to get more out of these poses. The first one is just to lengthen the hips away from the elbows. I'm gently pressing elbows down. And then the second one is to press the hands together behind your neck or behind the upper back. Just feel that for a moment. And then slowly come back out. Now on hands and knees, just do a couple of shoulder rolls. Any direction is fine, just get in there. The shoulders and the upper back are very much interlinked. And then roll the other direction just a couple of times. Good, then lie down on your belly just for a moment. For sphinx pose, place the elbows underneath your shoulders. And for this one today, place the hands flat on the mat, if that's possible. Good. For a moment, soften the belly down, just let it hang. And then press the hands down and pull the hands a little bit towards you. Now think of this not as a back bend, but rather as the front side opener. Can you visualize the whole front of the spine, in the lower back, in the mid and the upper spine, and then with your hands can you traction this whole front of the spine a little bit forward. Nice. You can look forward, there's no need to throw the head back. That can be a little bit uncomfortable, but with the pulling of the arms, we're really getting that traction in the spine. Can you feel the front of the spine open? And then slowly release. Let's go downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, place the hands. The first down dog, of course you can walk the feet out, or you can be still. And for the purpose of today's class, because we're getting to upper back, shoulder area, turn the palms out a little bit more than usual. So instead of index finger forward, maybe it's sort of the space between the thumb and the index finger. Try this out. If it doesn't feel good, you can always return to your regular position. But for some of you, this might just open the shoulders and the upper back a little bit more, give you a little bit more space to reach out through the arms. Of course, knees can be bent, which often gives you a bit more length in the spine, so you can try that out. If you bend the knees, can you telescope the hips a little bit more up and back? You can always re-straighten the legs a little bit or all the way after you've done that. Or if it feels better with the bend in the knees, then by all means stay there. Good. Slowly walk your feet forward to the front of the mat. And then feet hip distance or closer together, you can choose. Do a slow roll up and you'll feel the spine stack on top of the lower vertebra until you're upright in your mountain pose. Good. With the left hand, start to reach down to your left knee. And just feel how this shortens the left side, opens the right side. And just visualize the spine and the upper back doing the side bend. With the right arm, if you want to, you can reach it up and over and stretch over the head onto the side. Try not to go into back bend or forward bend. Keep the spine neutral, at least forward to back. So we're doing a strict side bend. And then come back up, right hand to right hip. We're sliding down, You don't need to start with the left arm, you can always add it later. And then go strictly to the side, so right side shortens, left side is opening. Let's just see how that feels here. And then left arm, if you'd want to, you can reach it over the head, which opens up the left side even more. Take a couple of breaths here, try to keep the front ribs in, and then slowly lift back up. Nice, with the right foot, step it back. Step the right foot back, lower the right knee down, and then come up into a low lunge. Nice. With your right arm, straighten the arm straight forward and then reach out of the socket. Move the right arm across the chest. And with the left arm, hook it and pull the right arm in. Nice. So you're trying to hug the right biceps as close to the chest as possible. And in the process, don't bend the right arm, you're going to lose the stretch. Instead, straighten it and push out a little bit against that left arm. Try to draw both shoulders back. Nice. With the right arm, lower the right hand inside your left foot. Lift the left arm so it's easy twisting lunge. On the inhale, open, lean the arm a little bit back if you got space. And on the exhale, thread the left arm under and behind that right forearm. Nice. Inhale, let's do that a couple of times. Open, lean back. Exhale, round your back and twist to the sides. Inhale, open. Exhale, we're doing 5 in total. This is number 3. 2 more. Inhale, use the breath to lift you up. Exhale, soften, round and twist. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Gently step back, downward facing dog. If you want, you can still turn the hands out more, especially if that feels better in the shoulders and the upper back. It might give you a bit more space. Good, and then step the right foot forward, the left knee down. Slowly lift up. We're taking left arm across. Hook the right elbow and pull it in. Nice, again, straighten the left arm, and with the right arm, I like to go between the elbow and the wrist somewhere, and you can pull in quite nicely here. With the left arm, push out a little bit. Draw the shoulders back, and just feel the outer part of that left shoulder going into the upper back. Another breath or so. Good, release it, left hand inside the right foot. With the right arm, lift up, easy twist. So on the inhale, we're opening up. We're using the exhale to round, to twist that right arm behind the left forearm. And then inhale, open again. Let's do that a few times. Exhale, twist. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist under. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, broaden the chest. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good, step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath, broaden the upper back. Get a sense of the shoulder blades sliding apart towards the outside of your back. Nice, and step left foot forward. Lower the right knee down. Slowly come back up. On the inhale, we'll do cactus arms, lift the heart. On the exhale, we'll punch forward with both fists around your back. A couple of times, inhale, open the chest, look up maybe. And then exhale, punch forward, suction the belly and the chest back. Inhale, open. You're trying to move the chest and the upper back as much as possible. Exhale, punch. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, slide the shoulder blades apart. 1 more, broaden the chest. Inhale. Exhale, double punch. Good, hands together to the heart. Twist the right elbow over the left knee. And what I like to do, let me show you from the other side. Right hand, make a fist. With the left hand, push down on the fist so that that force goes down through the knee, through the left foot, into the mat. And this will allow you to roll that left shoulder a bit more back. Nice. So if you can get into the mid-spine and the upper part of the spine. And often we need to lean the head a bit back so it's in line with the rest of the spine. You can look up or to the side, doesn't really matter. And then just for a moment, lower the right hand down. Hold the right foot in your left hand, that's right. Right foot in the left hand. You can soften the hips forward and down. And actually for this class, push that right foot into the left hand so your shoulder is opened. You can even hold the outside of the foot to get a little bit more openness in the front of that left shoulder. 1 more deeper breath, and then slowly release back to downward facing dog. And then right foot forward, left knee to the mat. We'll start with those upper back movements. So inhale, cactus arms, draw the shoulder blades back behind you. And exhale, double punch forward. How far forward can your wrist go? Inhale, open the chest, pull shoulders back. Exhale, round your back as much as you can. Inhale, let the breath help you with these movements. Exhale, so much space in the upper body, upper back. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Getting ready for the twist, hands to the heart. The legs haven't changed, and then twist left elbow over the right knee, make a fist with this bottom hand, and with the right hand press the fist down. Roll the right shoulder back, lengthen the spine forward, and then tuck the front ribs a little bit in so your spine is lengthened and it can rotate around its axis. And then ever so slightly lean the head a bit back and feel that the neck and the head is an extension of the rest of the spine. Release it, left hand down. Just for a moment, hold the left foot in the right hand. If you can, on the outside so that shoulder's nice and open. And then kick your foot into the hand. Open the torso to the sides. Couple of breaths. Good. Slowly release. From here, transition into a wide-legged forward fold. You can step to any side you want. And then maybe don't make it too wide for the purpose of this class. You'll see why in a moment. Walk the hands a little bit forward, almost like you're in down dog, just with the upper body. And then with the right hand, hold the outside of your left ankle. And then bend that right elbow if you got some space, and lean the upper back a little bit back behind you. Now, if you don't have space you can't reach that left ankle, then just step the feet in closer until you can. So lean a bit back. And it's not so much of a twist, it's more of a tractioning that left shoulder, the right shoulder, by holding the left leg. Send another deeper breath into your upper back and release the right hand We'll do the same on the other side. Left arm twisted under. If you can't reach, you know what to do. Walk a little bit closer. And then left elbow, bend it. And instead of trying to go to that right leg as much as possible, lean a bit back. Like the torso is reluctant to follow that left hand. Get a sense of almost wanting to round the upper back, see if that works. And can you feel that inner border of the left shoulder blade? Nice, slowly release. Come down on your back for bridge pose. We'll do 3 different versions of bridge. The first one is just a standard one. We'll place the feet hip distance apart, get a good push through the legs to lift the hips up, and then interlace your fingers behind the lower back. Instead of staying here, use the bind with the hands to walk your shoulders under the upper body, under the upper back. It helps to sort of shift side to side to do that. And then lift the chest as much as you can as you press the arms down. One more deeper breath. Broaden the chest up and sideways, and then exhale, release it. Take a breath or 2 before we try the second variation. Nice. Option 2. If any of these options don't work, just feel free to do one of the other ones, right? Option 2, we're going to hold the edges of the mat, just get a good grip on the side of the mat. You could even bunch it up a little bit and then press down through the feet. And as you press down with the feet, the arms are pulling, and from that point lift the chest as high as you can. Lift the mid back, lift the upper back, lift the chest towards your chin. Take another breath and then slowly lower down, smoothing out your mat. You've been a little bit rough with it, but I'm sure your mat is going to be okay. Alright, third option. Walk the feet a little bit closer to your hips and then press the feet down, lift the hips. And now see if you can, it's best to do one side at a time, to wriggle side to side, to place your hand under the hip and to support the hip with the thumbs and with the hands. You might need to walk a little bit closer, a little bit further to adjust the distance. So this is more of a supported bridge pose. Lift the chest, and now some of the weight of the hips is carried by the hands, by the elbows on the mat. Take another breath here and exhale, slowly come down. Nice. Just turn over to your right side, bend both knees about 90 degrees, and then stretch the arms away from the right shoulder, left hand on top of the right. Now just a couple of times. Inhale, we're going to open the left arm, and in the process we're twisting the upper back. And exhale, return to where you came from. Inhale, open like a book, and exhale to close. Do that a couple more times. Just follow the breath and feel that even rotation in the upper part of the spine. Let's do 2 more. Keep the knees and the hips as steady as you can. But if they move a little bit, it's not a big drama. And then last one, lean back and return to center. Good. Swap over to the left side. So we're lying on the left side body. Knees about 90 degrees. Arms reach out from that left shoulder, right hand on top of the left. Nice. Legs, hips are steady. It's the upper body and the arm that's going to be moving. On the inhale, open the right arm up and back behind you, and exhale, close again. I just noticed I have way more rotation on this side. You might just come to a similar conclusion. Or for you, the other side was a bit more open. It's quite possible. The body is usually not even on both sides. There's usually quite a difference. That's number 3. We'll do 2 more. Just follow the breath. Inhales to expand, reach through the right arm. Exhale, come back to center. And then 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Slowly release. Come up to a seat. Just sit however you want. Cross-legged on a block or on the shins like me. And then rest your hands on the lap or wherever they're comfortable. Take a moment, close your eyes and let your body soften down. Take a moment to feel the area you've been working with, mainly the upper back, the chest, the shoulder area. Notice if there's a bit more space, a bit more potential. Maybe some of the tension has been able to release. And then ever so slightly, move your awareness to the back of the head and then lean the back of the head back just a tiny bit. So we're not lifting the chin, we're keeping the chin level to the mat, but we're just moving the entire head and the back of the neck back a little bit. Often with modern lifestyle, the phones, the computers, the head is leaning a little bit too far forward from the rest of the spine, from the upper body. And now we're just retraining our body to choose a different path whenever we are aware of it. And then ever so slightly try this. Move the shoulders a little bit back and a tiny bit down the back. It's a small movement. If I look at you, I might not even notice, but you will feel the difference. A little lift in the chest and a bit of a spacious feeling in the upper body. Your neck should feel quite liberated and free. And then just for a minute, I'm going to keep quiet and just rest here. Good. Slowly return to the breath. Let it expand inside you. Bring your palms together in front of the chest. And then touch your hands to your forehead, to your heart. And bow to yourself on the mat. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for making a moment to work on some areas that build up a little bit of tension. It was amazing to practice together with you in this way, and I hope to see you again soon. All the best.